Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever. This is 2v2 WWPC, and it's one of the first games since it has returned. Maybe the first game, but I'm not sure. So the teams are Strogo and Blin, and over here we have Taizan and QFWFQ. It's ThomasH at a mountain. Ladder players. Strogo, not really a ladder player. Blin has been playing some ladder. He's got up to, I think, 1900 rating on ladder. Strogo is a Settings Pro. Also did some very nice work on the balance patch for overcharge, especially. And so both these guys more team game oriented players. And these guys definitely ladder players through and through. ThomasH does have a lot of custom games. There are definitely a couple ladder players up here, and ladder skill tends to translate more so to 2v2. 2v2 is sort of, well, you gotta have the team game aspects and the 1v1 aspects. And generally, ladder players do pretty well in 2v2, because it is often played like a couple of 1v1s. And probably a lot of people watching haven't even played a 2v2. They're not very commonly hosted. But they are a lot of fun, and actually maybe better even than 1v1s in terms of competitive play. I'm not sure exactly. More interesting to watch oftentimes. So, oh, the map actually. I haven't introduced the map. It is Funeral Plains. You may see this logo down here, the Empire logo. This map is made by Tokito, the PUBG counselor. Legit rushing a transport on this map, kind of weird. And I think the team game players are quite slow to their expansion. But on the right, you can see there's two T2 PD here. We have a T1 PD here. So how you get past it is what Blenchik is doing. You drop up here, and he's actually bringing arties. So you can just build a factory here and build arties, but he's bringing arties with him, and he's going to put the arty here to kill the T2 PD, and then he's going to take the right side. Also going to get a factory up to secure it. So if you don't know about that, then you don't know about the map. Bomber misses its target. Well, it hits with one bomb, doing 50 damage. Classic Cyber Bomber. T2PD can do nothing versus the Medusa. And yes, let's see. We have a lot of reclaim in the base, so you got to be able to use that. There's quite a few mexes. You can see most of the mexes are back here in this corner. There's quite a few more further forward, but a lot of mexes in the back. So we're gonna see plenty of ecoing tech, commander upgrades. I'm not sure why we have so much Cybern on this bottom team. I'm not sure why they go double Cybern. I hope people aren't just going random. That would be kind of, I mean, and I guess you can go random, but I would definitely pick a faction if I'm playing in a tournament. So on this side we have Aeon and Seraphim. So what I would expect, or one of the options you could go for the top team, is ACU upgrades, because you're versus a Cybern, two Cyberns, so no nano or shield for those guys on their commanders, and it's a big weakness to exploit. But for now we just have plenty of T1 spam and very slow expansion. Build them X's, please. It's always so strange, just Just so many empty mex points. For no reason. It's about the most efficient thing, effective thing you can build in the game. It's T1 mexes. Blinchik doing nice work getting this top side. I think now ThomasH has moved to the top here with his transport, done the same thing, but significantly later. But maybe he saw what Blinchik did. Maybe he knew to do that anyway, but just didn't instantly rush the transport. Not sure. He actually has 2 transports. Now Blinchik trying to do some damage on the side. We have T2 air from ThomasH. He's making gunships already. We just have T1 spam from the bottom team. No upgrades. It's like the most vanilla gameplay. T1 spam, T1 commanders. Everyone just kind of chilling. And Blinchik making quite a lot of eco, which is nice. A lot more than anyone else. ThomasH trying to catch up, making some economy. ThomasH now has quite a lot of air. Many inties, and he has gunships, so have to be very wary of these commanders that have no T2 land to build flak for them. So we have T2 land done for Mountain, Blinchik, and Strogo. And we have the gun upgrade coming for ThomasH, who is in a quite advanced position. And Blinchik is making T2. T2 now start for Strogo. We have T2 power going up for both players. So this is where you need some teamwork. So you have 1 T2 PGen finished instead of 2 going to be completed at exactly the same time. See here, it's a bit better. ThomasH got his T2 a lot faster. Got his T2 PGen. This is, yeah. I mean, almost identical timing, so not perfect. So they probably have a lot of overflow between them. ThomasH now making the second gun. He's just completed it, and he probably has plenty of power to make even the shield. But still, T1 dominating. No T2 land, which I think is kind of a mistake. T2 land in normal team games where you have 4 players at least, 4 commanders to run into T2 land is not too good. But in 2v2, you want to move to T2 land pretty quick, especially to avoid these gunships. There's so many gunships, and these guys could get sniped at any moment, especially Strogo. He's very exposed. He needs a shield, he needs flak, and he is building flak. And there's more power queued up, a lot of air production, and here come the gunships. Strogo is surely dead here. I don't see any way he survives. There's still so many gunships, they're gonna tank the damage. I mean, 2000 HP, 1500. Oh, there's only 2 gunships left. He's on 1000 HP, and he's gonna have a shield. And he actually survived that snipe. How much mobile anti-air did he have? 12. They didn't really do that much damage though. Well, that's very sad for ThomasH. He invested so much in that and got nothing out of it, but that's what you get if you go for those all-in tactics. Strogo somehow survives, and he got a lot of mass dumped on him. You can see all these gunship wrecks. Top team still has complete air control. ThomasH still has a huge amount of inties and swift winds as well to boot. His gunships are going to mop up any T1 land that's moving in on him. If we look at economy, we can see the total mass here. The income is 30 mass higher for Team Strogo. And I think a lot of that is from blinching. You can see there's T2 mexes everywhere. Need some TML to deal with this massive T1 battle going on. Mountain only has the T2 upgrade. He doesn't. I think you know, some nano gun comm is really the way to go here, and really put a lot of pressure on, push him back, and Strogo will have to move to T3 land. Heavy shield coming for ThomasH, but he doesn't have much mass. He's building a support factory at the front. He's going to be up against T2 land now, and maybe T3 land shortly, I would expect. His air has been pretty effective, but his land army is almost non-existent, just 40 Auroras. And once his commander is done, he'll have that too. But right now, his army is lacking. He also doesn't have a huge amount of economy, not many storages. Needs to assist some of these mechs upgrades. And his army just got completely run over. Whatever he did have has been killed. There's flax in here to defend, but heavy shield has done it just in time. So he should be able to mop up this army easily enough with the double gun and heavy shield, giving him 29,000 shield HP. Mountain needs some upgrades before he goes after this location. He needs to scout as well. We got some T2 PDs, shields, and he only has T2 commander. So what you can do when you see something like this from Strogo, I mean, you can just leave, get in a T2 transport, considering you have air control, and go help ThomasH push a different location, or you know, use the both commanders together, especially when somebody is focused on making PDs to defend you. Just go elsewhere. And of course he does have to be able to hold off the T1 spam, but he has a lot of T2 units now. It's quite a nice army. We have 17 Ilshavo. We have some MMLs coming across now as well, so pretty nice looking army. Just need some, maybe a few more flax would be good. But soon there's going to be T3 land. We actually have T3 land finished from Blinchig, and Strogo will surely be going T3 land as well. We have T3 land here. Oh, T3 land complete for ThomasH. Arabs are going to be coming now. And Blinchig is making loyalists. Some nice teamwork here. Blinchig sending even more flax to Strogo. But the T1 PDs, T2 PDs are shooting the ground quite regularly. ThomasH is losing T2 mexes to T1 land. Here's a dead one. He's lost a lot of control here. T1 land has got in behind and got a lot of valuable kills. He's not doing too well versus Blinchig, who is really dominating right now. If you look at his mass income, 121 mass income, which is far more than anyone else. So he's really carrying the game. Strogo is doing fine versus Mountain. Mountain has a better army, but Strogo's kept his map control, has a good position. This is pretty far forward for him. Sort of what you'd expect from his map control. Oh, TML's now moving in, flying towards ThomasH's mexes. Where are they coming from? Can you really reach all the way from there? Wow. And now Mountain with... He must surely have the nano. Yes, he does. He has nano and gun. And just running over this position now finally. But he's gone very low on HP. Needs to get some vet. And now Strogo is in big trouble, forced in a full retreat. And although Thomas is in a terrible situation, it looks very good for Mountain now on this side. Strogo is going to have to overcharge as many of these Ilshavo as possible and keep running, but it looks like he will probably die if he's not saved by Blinchik's army. Blinchik needs to send loyalists over here. Now loyalists from Strogo coming in to help. They're going to do a lot of damage. But there's so many, and I think Strogo's going to die here to these. I'm pretty sure he's very low now. And there's so many Ilshavo in range that he just got target fired down. And Strogo is dead. Now that... Oh! Excuse me? It's not full share? I was pretty sure this was going to be full share. But it isn't. Wait, is this a legit replay then? Is this going to be in the tournament? Well, anyway, it's not full share. I thought it was going to be. I'm actually just going to check the rules real fast to see. Let's see. Well, I don't see it in the rules anyway. But I will carry on. I think this game is counted anyway. But now Blinchik has a very difficult situation. He was doing really well, definitely completely ahead of Thomas, ahead of everyone else in the game really. Now, crucially, he has a T3 P-Gen, and that's going to make using all this mass a lot easier. So I think in this scenario, often the decision is to rush an experimental with all the mass from your opponent's base or your teammate's base. That is one of the most common things to do. He's going T3 air and not queuing up a spider bot. He has quite a few T3 units moving around now. He has to be careful of Thomas's harbs and also of this area here. Needs scouts flying overhead to make sure that Mountain isn't continuing to push. Mountain with a lot of HP and two commanders, two powerful combat ACUs. Bring these two guys together and it could be very, very bad for Blinchik. Either way, they need to use the advantage they have from having two commanders, even if they don't attack the same position. There's still a lot of ways they can abuse the scenario. But right now, Blinchik has more economy than both of them combined. Has done quite a lot of damage. You can see a lot of missing mexes here, but Mountain has a very forward position. He's going to grab a lot of reclaim. He's going to put pressure on Blinchik from the left. And there's going to be pressure on the right from all these harbs. And also we're going to have T3 air. We do have T3 air complete, but no T3 P-Gen yet. It's just finishing, so that will allow ASFs to be built. Top team really needs to focus on using their commanders and making Blinchik use a lot of APM. So attack in different areas of the map, make him micro, make him miss micro, and also upgrade those T3 mexes to get back on even terms in economy. And there's the Monkey Lord. You gotta expect it. This is really the time. When you have this much economy, this much mass in the bank, then a Monkey Lord is a great choice, especially when you're against Othams and Harbs. the spider bot does very, very well versus both those units when microed correctly. Does very, very well. We have quite a few T3 mexes, and most of the economy now being put into the spider bot. And the spider bot, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. He could find the ACU, go after this commander, take him out of the game. He could bypass this guy. It's going to be dangerous to move towards ThomasH's commander with the range upgrade and the heavy shield. He can get in multiple overcharges before dying to the spider bot, especially if he has some mobile shields or static shields with him. So we shall see where the spider bot goes. T3 support factory over here. So Blinchik, I think maybe he needs a safer spot for his commander. He's quite far forward. He'd probably be better off in the base. Also gonna have to start thinking about T3 air, nukes, many things. These bricks on the left are absolutely destroying Mountain. He has no T3 land over here yet. Ooh, he has a lot of Autumns, but none of them on the front line. I'm not sure where they got stuck, but he actually does have a lot of Autumns now, and the potential to do a lot of damage. He's running away with his ACU. He could just kill these bricks, to be honest. Needs to get some courage, or maybe, you know, some other upgrade. He could go for the second nano. Is insanely good. It's such a good upgrade. And also we have, well, the splash gun, of course, with its, I don't know, 800 DPS, and then you put the gun on that and you get 1600. I think it's about that, 16 or 1700 DPS. Medusa raiding super effectively, killing T2 mexes, T2 PDs. And the spider bot is going towards mountainside. It's slightly idle. Needs to gather his units up next to it, get the bricks under the stealth field and everything. Thomas focusing on air still. Now into T3 air, making a lot of ASF. Is he making any attacking units? Not yet. He's doing some scouting. Go to see what's in the base. No nukes, no SMD. Sees the grid over here, and it's gonna kill all the T1 air. It's just gonna give him a little bit of vet. So now we definitely need some Omni at this stage of the game. Neither team has Omni. It's sort of common to forget to build that, but you gotta get an Omni. It's so powerful to have that intel. And Mountain's very afraid. He's still running. There's a spider bot coming towards him. He has a lot of Autumns, but he needs to get them in a very tight formation. And Blinchik has to mess up the micro slightly if this spider bot is gonna die. And this looks very bad. There's so many bricks with the spider bot that it makes it just not possible for the Autumns to get in and do damage. I mean, even without the spider bot, the bricks would do very well. But with the spider bot, it's just a crushing victory. Now he has to keep moving side to side to avoid the arty fire. But this is a very good fight. A lot of dead Autumns here. You can see, I mean, close to 20 dead Autumns. We have a couple dead bricks, and a slight damage on the Monkey Lord. This is crushing over here on the right. Just some T1 land spam and a brick doing damage. We have ThomasH's ACU with a lot of bricks, or sorry, harbs. And it looks like he wants to do damage. I don't know what the reaction to the left side is going to be, because there's not really anything that Mountain has that can deal with this problem. We have T2 gunships coming out to try and deal with this, and a lot of arty. We'll see if that's enough. No more experimental from Blinchik. I think he could invest in another one right now. Well, he has no mass in the bank. He's focusing on making bricks, not going for loyalists. And now the spider bot taking a lot of arty fire, and also now in range of some Othams and some T2PDs, and also quite a lot of gunships. There's very few ASF for Blinchik. This is a problem for him. The spider bot continues on. He has 2 vet levels. He needs to... Oh, there's a GC on the way, but it's not even nearly complete. He needs to do some damage with this. The spider bot, take out the HQ, take out this T3P gen. The GC takes some damage. Now the bricks are in. These T2PDs are still up. Definitely needs to target the T3P gens. They're the best target right now. And that's the ACU coming for these bricks. Will they finish the T3P gen? I don't think they're gonna. The T1 Air Factory was in the way, granting a lot of HP. Oh, he is gonna kill it anyway. But there's a lot of mass now deposited next to Mountain. And here we have another push from Blinchik, and this is a suicide push. More mass gonna be donated. This ACU does not give a fuck about a few bricks. There's even just the Harb army is going to be enough to save that. And Blinchik has now suicided a huge amount of his land, basically all of his army. And he has 18 bricks. He suicided about that many bricks plus a spider bot. And he has no other experimental. He has a lot of economy, that is for sure. But he has no units right now. He needs to rush another experimental very quickly if he doesn't want to be in serious trouble, because these guys just need some power, and then they will be able to use all of this mass, get their own GC up, use all of this mass which is still here and is all going to go to Mountain. There is a chance for Blinchik to take this, but now that he has no army to defend the position, that's definitely, he's not going to get that. Also, we have total air control, I think, for the top team. I'm pretty sure we have 28 Swiftwinds, 24 ASF. Blinchik, yeah, half the number of ASF, and only about 100 Inties, no Swiftwinds, of course. Building a massive air grid, has a huge number of T3 engineers, so it's definitely time to stop building that air grid, and time to build more units and stop attacking. Basically, his attacks have failed because they've been too piecemeal, just small attacks here and there. This was a large push, but it didn't have most of his army, and maybe it was better to just sort of sit on this victory, get the mass from it. So let's see what is next. The GC has to be the next option for Yeah, you don't want to build two at once. Focus on one experimental. Some upgrade for Taizan. Wonder what he... I think he might be making... Might have been making the advanced nano. He has no... He has a pause now, so... Probably he doesn't have the power. It's quite power intensive. There's a lot of harbs coming, and the restorers are caught out of position, but now the ASF from ThomasH come in, and he wants to hunt down these ASF from Blin, but a lot of harbs now moving towards the ACU, but that's not gonna work. There's so many shields here, and PDs and bricks coming out of factories here. I think this is not a successful attack. Should just really bide his time, maybe make some drops. I mean, he could run up here easily and do a lot of damage. There's so many mechs up here to kill. This would be great to kill. He should just wait for the GC, and yeah, they're both building a GC at the same time still. Mountains is done first. The left side looks very weak for Blinchik. Blinchik has way more economy, just hugely more, 500 mass to 350. So it's at that point that you stop. You just need to pause your economy for a while and do this. Yes. Here comes the Megabot. The Megalith is going to be needed. 2 Megaliths are going to be needed. And it's at this point you really wish you just made loyalists. We only have 15 bricks. They just keep dying. Look at all these brick wrecks here. They're very recent. And I think we need more loyalists and less bricks, because that will help a lot versus GCs and versus Ethotas. Pretty substantial T3 land push on the left here. Not much to defend it. We have 3 bricks, some loyalists. The GC is already running towards Blinchik's ACU, just barreling through here. These bricks, once they're under the shields, they can actually do some damage, but we have more harbs coming in on the right, on the left. This T3 land attack looks very dangerous. The GC is taking a lot of damage, but there's a second one already on the way. So maybe these bricks can focus this down. There's a lot of PDs still putting on fire. But this GC may just get... Oh, he's trying to walk over the bricks. That does a lot of damage. The GC is so close to a vet level, but I think it might die. Oh, there it goes. The GC dies. On the left, there's still this T3 push that has not been stopped. There's even a sniper bot mixed in here. And this looks like there's going to be significant damage. The Megabot is finished. And it's moving to the left to clean that up. We have another Megabot almost done, actually. And now a massive chunk of mass just dumped in Blinchik's base. So once he cleans this up and starts using this mass, he needs to... Wow. He has so many T3 engineers building this megalith, minus 1000 mass. He needs to grab this economy. He has so much power to actually use this. He's gonna lose his several T3 mechs in his base, though. That's very bad. Needs to maybe spam some T1 bombers out of his factories to deal with this. On the right, more damage being done. It's the problem of playing 2v1 is it's hard to deal with all the threats. The second megalith is finished. I think Wow, there's so much damage being done. He let this get all the way to the back of his base. This was T3. Both of these were T3. Both of these were T3. Back here we have some T2 mexes that will likely die. The units are still alive. That's 5 T3 mexes that died to that attack. Over here we have another 2 have died. This one is surely gonna die. This one is dead as well. Massive, massive damage. And you'd think that they invested in this GC and left it in his base. Meanwhile, some T3 land on the left and right have killed 10 T2 mexes, or maybe 9 T2 mexes once this one's done. Huge damage. And ooh, we have a chicken, we have a GC, we have a third experimental, and yeah, the plan is just to spam experimentals, seems, for these guys. Now there's only 2 megaliths. How is air doing? How is air doing? 57 interceptors, or ASF. So Blinchik actually has more air now, but if you look at the economy's been brought back right back to even, thanks to the massive amount of kills from these attacks. Just insane amount of damage. Now there's still 15,000 mass to be grabbed here, but there's a GC on the doorstep. Gonna try and deny it. There's an Omni sensor about to die. T3 support factory goes down. And this GC is looking for its first vet. Now the megalith gets into range. But there's 2 GCs. 2 GCs versus 1 megalith. Where is the second one? Here he is. He's moving back to the right. And yes, he's now spamming more megaliths and trying to regain his Strogo's core mexes. You can see the micro here. This allows the megalith to retreat backwards while still firing. But now the Thota is in range, and so is the GC. Oh no, some miss micro. But the GC, first GC is going to go down, and he actually somehow... No, he didn't dodge that death ball. The chicken should be moving in close range so that when it dies it'll do damage with its storm, but it's just standing outside of range. And the first megalith goes down. The second one is going to finish this chicken very quickly, and this GC is going to try and wipe this base as fast as it can. There's so much mass here. We need to have engineers on attack move from all these factories. Just constantly. On the left, a massive T3 army is moving down, mixed with a lot of arties. It's very difficult to deal with this, while also fighting with these experimentals trying to micro your megalith. We have another GC coming from ThomasH, and another one half done from him. And here come the arties and the Autumns. And well, the Suthanas are also running in, unfortunately. Another megalith is almost complete. I think we just have one alive at the minute. Yes, we do. And it's full HP, so you can see he's putting an egg down on the wreck to suck the mass up rather quickly. The left side is completely crumbling. More T3 mexes are gonna die once again. Oh, the megalith is up just in time. I think Blinchik can stop this attack now with the megalith. He should be able to. He needs to micro quite a lot to stay alive, to kill all of these Autumns. But he also has gunships doing work. And his megalith on the right looks to be able to hold down the fort. We may have 2 experimentals coming back towards him though. Ooh, we do, 2. 1 full health, 1 slightly lower, but has a lot of is very close to its first vet level. These Autumns look to be running back to the power grid, and they may take down this P-gen, and he may be able to even cause a chain reaction, killing a lot of build power and a lot of power. Megalith is doing really well though, killing a lot of Autumns very quickly. And Thomas is not pushing with his experimentals, he's retreating. Oh, he has a third one. So maybe he wants to wait for that. We did have a chain reaction, and look, it killed all the T3 engineers building this megalith, and may have also done damage to the megalith. So much production and power has just died. But again, massive amounts of metal just dumped in the base, but it certainly did a lot of damage. He still has power. Still has quite a lot of power. I think some... Well, you can see he hasn't been able to regain a lot of his map control. Over here, the right, it's gone. This mech is gone here. And he's just under constant attack. So... maybe some spider bot. I think he should build a spider bot here with these guys. That would be good. A spider bot. See, having only megaliths makes it sort of more difficult to manage taking out this T3 army. I mean, a megalith or a spider bot can easily deal with Autumns and Harbs and stuff. Have some pings from Strogo trying to help his teammate out. I think we need some airplay. Blinchik going for maybe a Soul Ripper would be very nice. He could do a lot of damage. There's not going to be anti-air in a lot of these places. If you look at the Air Force, yeah, Blinchik still has significant air control. One thing I have to note is Mountain's economy is not good. We have a lot of on-storage T2 mexes, which is just unacceptable. We're 45 minutes in. I mean, he's using his units very well. These Autumns extremely annoying. Need some more gunships to kill them. But his economy, Mountain's economy, is not good. Definitely needs some more T3 mexes, more storages. These 3 GCs have just been idle and just sort of allowing Blinchik to just suck up all of this mass that has been given to him. Even though he's taken damage on the left, on the right side it's just good for him. Oh, we have a big air fight, and it looks like Thomas's micro is very good. Oh no, his micro is absolutely destroying Blinchik. Now Blinchik definitely had more ASF going into that, but we had some Swift Winds in there and interceptors, which may have maybe stolen shots from the ASF of Blinchik. But also, I think Thomas Hyatt's micro was just far superior there from catching the end of it. Unfortunately, I didn't see the first turn, but yeah, it looked like nice micro from Thomas. And now we have 2 megaliths facing off. There's a chicken coming. And the chicken is not very well coordinated. The chicken running in first. The 3 GCs were just waiting in the wings, but now they're moving. We have a nuke being very heavily assisted by Thomas Hyatt. It's over halfway done, and that may be the game winner. There's no nuke defense. Has Blinchik even seen the nuke launcher? He has, but it may have been. He may have only seen it very recently. If you look at where his power is, most of it is in this area. And 1 nuke could take out all of these P-gens, and this one that's building even. We have another megalith on the way. Needs that as soon as possible. and also needs to be very careful with this one because there's 4 experimentals very nearby, and he may just be about to lose this. Needs to bring his other one back from the left side to help out, but this looks very dangerous. Once again, slightly uncoordinated movements from the ladder team. More damage. These Othams from... Holy shit, full vet Othams. 10,000 HP on them. Mountain has done a huge amount of damage, and that's what you really have to do. Take advantage of not having an opponent and make the one player, you know, use all of his APM to try and deal with all this extra stuff. Take advantage of his lack of attention. The third megalith is out, and 3 megaliths versus this. Some damaged units. I think it's not a bad... I think it's pretty fine. I think he can hold with that. The problem is the nuke. And there's no SMD. He's not building SMD. And unless he has a plan to snipe the nuke launcher before it launches, which, well, he has no time to do that now, I think it's GG. So let's see it launch. How can we get a good shot of the launch? He's not launching. Come on. You gotta launch as soon as it's done, man. And now Mountain's starting an ass washer. Here we go. And this is why you don't use Aeon as a nuke rush. Because it takes a very long time for the animation to play out. Aeon get the longest animations. And there goes the nuke, and it's going right here to kill all of these P-gens and all of this build power. And that's gonna be GG. RIP. Air grid. And now Blin has only 10,000 power income. Stalling. He's gonna try and push with his 3 megaliths, it seems. Looks like he wants some all or nothing play here. Needs to gather all of his bricks. You can see they all have been selected and given a move order. There's a large army on the left which wants to counterattack, but now he has no vision, so he needs to well, he's paused all of his shields, just toggle them off there. He needs to oh, we do have an SMD. It's in a strange location. What does he do now? Oh, there's a huge amount of strats coming for his ACU. He turns on the shield again. It's not going to be done. Now, they are Aeon strats, so you can dodge them. And he has successfully dodged all of those strat bombers. Classic Aeon strats. Very easy to dodge in comparison to, well, they're just very easy to dodge, full stop. And this attack on the left is brutal. There's absolutely nothing to stop it. All of this T3 land is going to kill everything here, including the SMD, power, build power, mexes in the base, which have been killed innumerable times. And there's 5 experimentals here. And this ass washer is being built in the very wrong place. It's so far forward. Let's attack. There's PDs going up. Oh, there's two SMDs here. And they're both covering the same stuff. No SMD on the right side at all. Slight panic building there, maybe, of those SMDs. And Thomas has stopped building nuke. He just, I think he's in a survival mode. Just wants to make sure that he survives the push that he thinks is coming, and it is coming. But the megaliths are not being microed, and they're walking into range of the GCs. They're going to get absolutely destroyed. There's 4 GCs. Watch how fast this megalith goes down. And this is it. This is the game. First megalith goes down. This megalith is going to take huge damage from the death of the Athotha, and this other megalith is still going down. There's still 4 GCs up. Strats even moving in, and it's GG. Attack on the left continues. It was actually stopped pretty well by PDs and bricks coming out of these factories, but ultimately he's still pushed on with the arties, and the megaliths have been killed in friendly territory, or in enemy territory, and the nuke is still alive. The SMDs have been killed. This game is done. Now, I really thought this was supposed to be full share, but Blinchik had such a lead that he actually did really have a strong chance to win this game, even after losing Strogo. But it's difficult to play versus 2 players. Double the attention, and probably more than double the APM, given their ladder players. I think they have pretty high APM. And now the 4 GCs are going to walk through this base. There's nothing to stop them. There's quite a lot of bricks, but I mean, if they were loyalists, then I would actually think he had some chance of stopping, but they're all bricks. I think going full loyalist, or maybe like at least mixing in quite a few loyalists instead of bricks would be a lot better for Blinchik. They're so effective versus experimentals, and that's what these guys wanted to build. They're especially effective against chickens and GCs, because GCs will suck in T3 units into their tractor beams, into their claws, and crush them. And if they're sucking in loyalists, for one thing, they're sucking in a unit that's less than half the cost of the brick, far less than half the cost. And also then they get stunned for about 2 seconds. But as it is, they just kill all of the bricks, and they're getting vet. And none of the GCs have died. There's a 5th one here joining the party, and this is, well, we're just waiting for them to reach Blinchik's ACU. And also we have an ass washer almost complete. Did get built in a slightly better location further back. And Mountain is looking to steal the glory. Gonna try and rob the kill. A lot of strats from Thomas as well. Not sure what the ass washer is doing. Just not dropping any bombs. It's just flying around. And there he goes. Blinchik dies to the strats. Nice game. Nice game. Unlucky for Blinchik that his partner died and didn't leave a base. And yeah, maybe more loyalists instead of bricks. Maybe a lot of things. Maybe more air. So he had air control. The gunships would help a lot for dealing with the left side and maybe killing Arbs and stuff. He lost at that one point where he got donated a GC. He took some damage from the GC, but got a lot of mass from it because it just died here and didn't kill the base. But while that happened, he took massive amounts of damage. A lot of T3 mexes died here. A lot of T3 mexes died on the left and kept dying and kept being rebuilt. So without any solution to the left side, he just kept taking too much damage here and eventually got worn down. And then we had some miss micro. At the end, he was sort of lost already, but then the megaliths walked into range of GCs. It was already kind of over at that stage. The nuke was a very good decision. But definitely well played from everyone. And this is what we wanted to see from WWPC. Finally some 2v2 games to watch and cast. And hope you enjoyed it. Hope it inspired you to play some and join the tournament. So thanks for watching. See you next time.